What's the matter? Can't you guys get in?
Hi, Reverend. No, Scout here messed us up.
Well, let's see what we can do.
Could you tell the jury what happened, Mr. Tate?
Thank you.
It was November 21st. I was leaving my office to go home when Mr. Elo rushed in. Obviously, I went over there as fast as I could, and I found Miss Mayella laying on the floor. Any questions, Atticus? So, Sheriff, what condition was Miss Mayella in? She was pretty banged up. She had bruises forming on her arms as well as a black eye. They said it happened about 30 minutes prior. Okay, which eye was it? It was my left, so her right. Mr. Robert Ewell? Can you tell me what happened, in your own words, of course, on the night of November 21st? Well, I was coming in from the woods with a load of kindling when I heard Mayella screaming like a stuck pig. So I dropped my load and ran in. I saw that man on my Mayella. There's been a request to clear the court of spectators, at least of women and children. That request has been denied for the time being. Please continue. Okay, and then what? Well, I ran for Tate as quick as I could. So she was beaten on the right side of her face, correct? Yes, I hold with Tate. Mr. Ewell, could you please sign your name for me? What's this to do with anything? I see you're left-handed? Well, no, one hand is as good as the other, I tell you. One's as good as the other. Alright, that's all, Judge Taylor. Mayella Violet Ewell? Can you tell us about November 21st? Has she got good sense? I don't know, Scout. She's enough to make the judge feel sorry for her, at least. Oh, I don't know. Well, Mayella, have you ever asked Mr. Robinson for help before the 21st? Even with little odd jobs? No, definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, well, you said that he caught you, choked you, and then took advantage of you. Yes, that's what I said. Do you remember him beating you about the face? Well, it all happened so fast. Yes, I know he hit me. That's him. Okay, Tom, stand please. Let Mayella have a look at you. Is this the man? Yes, that's him. He is the man who took advantage of you? Yes. How? Tom, when was your first encounter with Miss Mayella? When I broke up a chippy robe for her well over a year ago. And how many times have you helped her since? Many, with little odd jobs. I never entered her fence without permission. She never paid me for it. I never asked her to. Well, then, what happened on November 21st? Well, she asked me to get a box down off the top of another chippy robe, and then she grabbed me while I was on top of the chair. I got down so fast the chair turned over. That's when she grabbed me by the waist, and her father was outside the window. He looked very angry. I heard him cursing under his breath. I took off running then. You'd run too, Mr. Finch, if you were me. Okay, thank you, Tom. I see you have a history, Tom. 30-day misdemeanor. What did the guy look like when you were done with him? He beat me, sir. Well, you must be a good fellow, willing to do all this for not one penny. Well, I felt bad for her. It seemed... You felt bad for her? I mean, like, it seemed the kids didn't help her at all. You alright? The heat must have got you. No, it wasn't the heat. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't stand him. Mr. Gilmer. On behalf of the jury, we find Tom Robinson guilty.